Good morning, Father. We're gonna ask you questions about you being a builder of God's kingdom. So our first question is, what does it mean to be a kingdom builder?
Well, first of all, by the very um, words, builder of God's kingdom, it is being cooperator of God. No? It's not my kingdom, no? It's God's. So it's not my plan, it's not my project, it's not my liking, but it is submitting myself to the will of God, the plan of God. That's why that's where faith comes in. No? And as a priest, no? I am supposed to be a man of faith, no? And that means really putting God in my priority list. No? In fact, it should be in the number one. It's non-negotiable. So everything I do, I act with the church, no? Which is also the community of God, and also in in cooperation with in obedience also to my superiors, no? Because like what I said, it's not my own, no? It's not my kingdom, no? It's God's. So basically it is a life of being in solidarity, no? With my leaders, with my with the people entrusted to my care. So being a builder of God's kingdom entails uh, promoting cooperation and unity among peoples.
Uh, in what sense is that we are part of God's kingdom?
Well, the mere fact that we are all children of God, no? And we were all created by God in His image and likeness, makes us members of His kingdom. No? No? First, by virtue of creation. Secondly, by virtue of baptism, no? Because we all became children of God. We are now part of God's family. No? Just like in to use an analogy, no? The royal family, those who are born into the royal family are part of the kingdom. In the same way that we are born into God's family, especially through baptism, makes us part of God's kingdom. In fact, that makes us heirs, no, of God's kingdom.
Is there anything we accomplish here going to remain in the next chapter of life?
Well, with the recent calamities, we have seen that temporal wealth is temporary. No? It will not just by floods, no? By any disaster, everything will be wiped away. No? That's why temporal things, material things are fleeting things. No? They do not endure. But in the case of God, who is eternal, and with us, we are also given the immortal soul. It is especially the love, no? The love that we have for God and for others, it will remain. And also, whatever good we do will also endure. That is what we will bring. It is not in our pockets, not in our passbooks, not in our banks, but what is in our heart that we will bring forever. That's why, good or bad, that will be the one that will stay with us forever. That's why, as children of God, going back to the earlier question, as members of God's kingdom, it's also important that you do good. Yes, by baptism, we become members of God's kingdom, but the more you prove it, the more you affirm it by doing good and following the will of God. That's why, and when you do that, no, that will persist. No? You bring that in eternity, no? Your love, especially.